this is the picture, the race before the race.
Yeah, so I was at, just like you were, I was at that game. I actually took that photo, and the hairs stood up. So that's Michael Phelps and Cavic getting ready to swim the famous 100 fly final. And in the background is Ian Crocker, right, where they touched it at the. But to me, this was the best part of the race. They stood there, Sergio, if you remember, it seemed like hours staring at each other.
Yeah.
And this, to me, like, and nobody was backing down. No one was going to blink. And it was, to me, the most incredible moment before a race that I've ever seen.
And the other thing here, too, is that we were not, I wish I would have been a fly on the wall in the ready room, because that would have been unbelievable. Just to watch, normally in this type of competitions, if you guys don't know, you have to go 20 minutes before the race and sit in the ready room and then move on to another room. So for like 15, 20 minutes, you are with your competition, like staring at one another, playing games, moving, jumping, doing whatever you think is going to psych the other person out. So for at least, 20, 25 minutes before the race, these two guys and Ian Crocker and the rest in the race, in that final, they had to be playing some interesting moves. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. And so that's where, like, to me, having a plan as an athlete, that you need to know yourself, what your plan is, but then also be aware of what your competition does. And I think all that plays into your race plan. So it's not just you dive in the water, you do your race plan, you touch. It's like, no, it goes beyond that. And then it goes, to the day of the competition, many days before the competition, and then weeks and months and years before. And every race leading up to it, I think as an athlete, you need to learn from that and study your opponents and know what they're going to do and then know how to react.
Yeah. Well, you have a great point with that. And what we want to talk besides the race, because, I like that part. I remember, well, I still teach it, a lot, but I remember balls with some of the guys like Ryan Murphy and all those guys. We go to competitions and you try to teach them the way they look people at you, the way they talk to you, the way they talk a year before when they saw you at the pool, and then the way they talk now because they think that now you're a threat. And all those moments are it's part of the mental training, and as coaches, not because you were a good swimmer, you're going to become a good coach. But I think we have an advantage if we were able to be a good swimmer in those situations, because we understand body movement, eyes, the way they look, somebody looks at you, the way they say something, and it's very important to understand all those cues. Don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say let's talk about